Um, good day, everyone. So, I want to consider solving this problem: x to the power of 4 minus 5x squared plus 4 equals to 0. Now, this type of equation is what we call the quartic equation. A quartic equation because it has degrees in the polynomial of 4 and ends with 2. So, we call this quartic equation. So, problem as this usually have 4 solutions, and that is true for any polynomial of the degree power of 4, and this applies to any polynomials with the degree power of 3. If the degree is 3, it has 3 solutions. If the power of the degree is 2, it has 2 solutions. If the power of the degree is 7, it has 7 solutions. For this problem here, the degree of the power is 4, hence this equation has 4 solutions. Now the first step is you let p. And remember, p is a dummy variable. And what I mean by dummy variable is you can use any variable. I can use f, I can use w. But I like using p, so we're going to use p. So you say let p square equals to x to the power of 4. And if p square is x to the power of 4, then apparently x square is equals to p. Because if you divide both sides by 1 over 2, you will have times 1 over 2. 4 divided by 2, you have s squared, and 2 divided by 2, you have p. So that is the reason why I said s squared is equals to p. Now the next thing is we're going to substitute into this equation. So x to the power of 4 is p square minus 5, and s squared is what? P plus 4 is equals to 0. Now looking at this, now you can see that this is a quadratic equation. And a quadratic equation, you can solve it by many methods. You can use the factorization method, you can use the Poisson-Law method, the tic-tac-toe method, the Almighty formula, graphical method, and so on and so forth. But in this video, we're going to be using the factorization method. And how does this work? Now you consider two numbers that you had, will give you minus 5, and these two numbers you must multiply them to give you 4, and that numbers are minus 4 and minus 1. So moving on, I have p square minus 4p minus p. Minus p is same thing as minus 1p, plus 4 is equals to 0. Moving on, this is p open brackets p minus 4 plus minus 1 open brackets p minus 4. Can you see still the same thing? Because p times p is p squared, p times minus 4p, minus 1 times p is p, and minus 1 times minus 4 will give us plus 4 equals to 0. Now this is the same thing as p minus 1 open brackets p minus 4 is equals to 0. So therefore p is equals to 1 and p is equals to 4. Now can you see that? Now remember that s squared is equals to p. So we have remember s squared is equals to p, hence s squared is equals to, now we'll consider the two values of p. This is the first value of p and this is the second value of p. Now consider the first value of p, which is what? 1. So s squared is equals to what? 1. If you take the square root of both sides, x is equals to the square root of plus or minus 1. If you're taking the square root, you always put this symbol plus or minus the square root of 1, and x is equals to plus or minus 1. That means my x1 is equals to 1 and my x2 is equals to minus 1. It's important when you're taking the square root of any variable, you always put this sign plus or minus. This, let me give an illustration. If I'm looking for the square root of p, I always put the symbol plus or minus p, because plus p times a variable will give you the same thing. So moving further, I have that x1 is equals to 1 and x2 is equals to negative 1. Now you go ahead and consider the second value of p, which is 4, using the same thing. And remember also, s square is equals to p. And this is p1. We want to consider p2. So we have that s square is equals to P2 is what? 4. Take the square root of both sides. X squared is equals to, x is equals to the square root of 4. And the square root of 4, x is equals to plus or minus 2. The square root of 4 is plus or minus 2, because 2 times 2 will give me 4, and minus 2 times minus 2 will give me 4. That's what I mean by square root. Hope you understand that. So my x3 is equals to plus 2, and my x4 is equals to minus 2. Now remember, in the beginning of this video, I said this quartic equation is going to have 4 solutions. And you can see there are 4 solutions. Let's put them down. So therefore, finally, my x1 is equals to 1. My x2 is equals to negative 1. My x3 is equals to positive 2. And my x4 is equals to negative 2. Very simple. I hope you understand this. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.